All right, Tom McShay, what do you got?
I got a game. It's called Afterfall Insanity.
Yeah.
It came out last year. I reviewed it in December. It is a survival horror game by a Polish developer whose name I can't remember.
Cool.
Yes.
Survival horror.
Yes.
Nice.
I
So
think
there
we're
are echoes
hearing
of Dead
sound.
Space.
Are we hearing sound from another game?
Oh yeah, this is not the survival horror soundtrack we're looking for.
How do
Can
I
you
make that-
escape out of this and close
Close the browser?
this? Yeah, just minimize it maybe?
I don't know.
It's gone.
We'll see what happens.
It's
Sorry,
gone.
Abobo.
Yeah, we'll get back to you.
later.
We'll get back to it.
All
okay,
right.
so it looks kind of like Dead Space.
Yes, it certainly
and it
does.
plays kind of like Super Mario Brothers a little bit. No.
You're
It
just gonna be
plays
jumping on dudes.
It plays more like old school Resident Evil in that like combat is not very good and
A little stilted, a little
little
bit.
stilted.
You have to stop and pop, like no.
No, it isn't. It isn't like that. It isn't Resident Evil 4 style like that. You do move and shoot at the same time, but it's not a combat centric game.
Except when you get railed in the face by a door.
Oh, I'm going after him. Don't worry.
Hey you! That's what you're saying in your mind.
Yes. So the basic setup is that you are the survivor of nuclear fallout, and you start off underground.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
And this is Afterfall Insanity. Like
And then you go above ground and weird stuff is happening?
basically, you're trying to figure out what's going on and why you're trapped underground and what's on the surface and all those things. So this is about halfway through the game.
Okay.
So, and it seems like your character's mental state is sort of impacting. I mean, there's a kind of shakiness almost to the visuals.
Yeah, it's almost like a sanity.
Wait, is that a
effect.
dude's face?
Oh yeah, I should show you the dude's face.
What?
Because that was a trap that walked in, and
God.
there's the face of a man. Actually, it's his whole head. I don't
Yeah.
know where his body is. Well, actually, I have an idea, but maybe I won't tell you that. You can guess where his body is.
Cryptic.
Yes. That's actually kind of. That shouldn't have been that cryptic.
So you're picking up a bunch of stuff. What? Whoa.
So I'm picking up. I'm gonna skip the cutscene because you don't really want to watch a cutscene. But I'm picking
Okay.
up batteries to open.
I
a
mean,
door,
is that
basically.
because the cutscenes aren't good, or is it because the cutscene is sort of we're not going to get it, we don't want to spoil?
Yeah,
that
it's
stuff?
that one. The voice acting is not good at all in this game. The actual story is pretty interesting. And the world that it makes is pretty authentic, considering that I've never been in a post-apocalyptic world.
It sells you.
It sells me, yeah. So it's like you have to ignore that the combat isn't great and just kind of immerse yourself in the world, and it's pretty enjoyable.
Cool.
Yeah.
Are we seeing sort of that Dead Spacey element of that bar on that thing on your shoulder denotes your health level? Like
Yes.
You're
But
green, it's all good.
regenerating health, so it's not really much of a fear.
He says with a tinge of
with
disgust in his voice.
derision in his voice.
Well, I mean, that's one of the things about like Resident Evil. It's like, do I want to use the green spray? And it's, whatever. You just,
Yeah, generates us some tension.
Yeah. So it doesn't have that, but they get tension in other ways. Like it's like, oh, I'm gonna go through this door, and then the tension is, oh, there's an axe in your head. So it does a good job of that kind of stuff.
I will continue through this.
I'll go through it. I mean,
Can you grab that axe? All right.
There's a lot of melee weapons. Unfortunately, melee combat isn't good, but there's like pipes and there's chainsaws and you can name.
Is it kind of similar to what we saw in Postal 3 there, where it's like maybe not every hit is going to hit, even though it looks like it's hitting? That kind of.
It's more just it's kind of clunky to move.
Well, this looks like you should be chopping through.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean
There you go.
it is a quote unquote puzzle, I guess. But yeah, I mean the actual combat, it's like you can.
Now, does that mean that an enemy sees you or something when
Well,
that
that's
eyeball
like,
appears at the top?
I'm trying to think. Is it Gears of War that does that, where it's like here's an
Yeah.
important thing?
Yeah, like
Oh,
press
that,
Y
okay.
to pay attention to
I
that
got
thing.
it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is
So
like
these are other people on the surface. You're not expecting to find them here.
you were not expected to find any other people because you were told like this whole time, from the propaganda machine that like the fallout shelter you were in that's it. That's all the humanity's left. So he goes outside. He's like, what the heck? So yeah, that's where we are. And he likes to kick. When he sees a thing, he's like, I'm gonna kick right through it.
Let me just go ahead and kick this.
Yes.
So you go to the surface. People flee from you and you steal their stuff.
A little. I mean, you're trying to talk when I first started the demo, like, and he first sees people, he's like, "Hey, what's going on?" And they run away. And then I think he says that those other people, those two people we saw, were like paranoid or something. Like he's doing like.
Oh, so he's got like an internal monologue going on.
Yeah, he's judging people. That's what he does.
Uh-oh. You've been spotted.
This is me shooting people now.
They're gonna stop you. He's coming at you.
Oh.
Oh wow, he even has the sickle that was favored by the villagers in Resident Evil 4.
Oh yes, this game definitely takes many cues from those.
You can see its inspirations, but
Yeah.
manages to sort of create its own identity.
Yeah, it's still enjoyable despite like being able to recognize that it's like Dead Space or whatever.
Look at all that stuff you can pick up. So do you have like limited inventory space as a reason?
You have one melee and one gun. I don't really carry the melee because it's not that good to use melee.
Okay.
So I just use my gun. I mean, it's kind of like
And
just
fists.
if last resort is fists. 'Cause, yeah, that is a tough one.
Now, folks, if you like what you're seeing, we're going to totally hook you up with some codes to download Afterfall Insanity on the PC at the end of the show during the trivia segment. So you can get a chance to live the insanity for yourself.
Yeah,
I don't know
that's a
about
tough
that.
selling
Yeah.
point right there.
The game is also on consoles.
I think it's coming to both HD consoles this year, but it's a TBA right now.
Okay.
Wow, you finished him there with some
Yeah.
stompy stomp, huh?
He has a lot of aggression, and he unleashes that by stomping people to death.
What's happening now?
It's a QTE. which
Press
is-
W. Nice shot.
Hey, I know where my D is. And that's A, and I guess the last one is S.
There it is.
Yes. So this section right here kind of gives you a taste of almost like all the different elements of the game. Because it's got the combat, and it's got QTEs, and it's got a little bit of puzzle
Some insanity
solving.
effects.
Yeah, it's
a dude pushing a van on top of you. You
That
know.
is it's one of the core tenets of this game. It actually happens like a half dozen times.
It's pretty effective, you know.
I know.
If you hit someone with a van, your problems are solved.
Yeah, it's very true.
Oh,
That's the guy I've been chasing this whole time, but now,
walking calmly away.
that's it.
Where'd that door go?
I know, this is after the insanity.
Dun, dun, dun. And we'll leave it there.
Yeah.
So we saw a little bit of, we're seeing some of the sort of insanity effects. There was that door disappeared. There was that other
Apparition.
shimmery apparition type stuff, which puts me in mind, of course, of the great insanity effects in Eternal Darkness.
Yes.
Now that was sort of a meter, like that. It was a little bit of a gameplay mechanic in addition to just being something that was cool in the environment. How does it work in Afterfall?
This one seems like it's all just predetermined stuff. Like they want you to see that ghost, so you don't actually slowly get more insane. But it does add to the tension. And when you play this game with like headphones on, it's really just freaky.
I think I remember you playing last December, and then all of a sudden just like we have these sort of explosions of reactions to games while we're playing them, and it gives us all a sense of what we're doing.
Yeah.
It's fun to hear people get scared.
I know.